This is where I spent most of my childhood. At a dive bar in Maple River, Iowa, a town with about 8 connecting streets and a population of around 400. My whole family's worked here at some point, so I spent most of my younger days bringing food and drinks to tables and entertaining the locals. My mom has ran the Angry Beaver for about 15 years. It's also where I learned how to cook. I spent summers here with my mom flipping burgers, cutting vegetables, and taking orders. My mom's cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner here for the regulars since I can remember.
In our dry batter, to put our tenderloins in, dip your tenderloin, your meat in here, then in the dry rub, put it in the fryer. Cooks about 3-4 minutes per tenderloin.
I spend probably about 60 hours a week here. It's a lot of work, but it's fun and it's something I enjoy. So if you enjoy it, it's really not work. It's just something you do.
I personally never felt like cooking was work. Spending the summers with my mom and listening to her stories from childhood taught me that cooking and food brings people together, and it also creates memories that last a lifetime.
Every year when it was time to butcher ducks, we'd have a big duck blood soup feast. It was called swat sua, unless kids would all call it swat sewer. It smelled so bad, and it was black, and they put duck feet in it, and none of us kids would eat that, of course. Most of the adults wouldn't either.
She also taught me that cooking and home were one and the same. Eventually, I developed my own love for cooking. It's how I expressed myself. It's how I made people smile. And it's how I felt at home. And then I left home. Which was hard. For a long time, Iowa City didn't really feel like home to me. I don't know how it could. I was living in a dorm and all I had was a microwave. I just didn't have a creative outlet. And it just wasn't home. But then I found people I loved. And I found reasons to start cooking again. I cooked for my boyfriend. I cooked for my roommates. I cooked for my nieces and nephews. And finally, cooking and home felt like one and the same again. Something that always helps me through a hard time is cooking something my mom would cook for me when I was younger. It brings me back to home, to family, and to that dive bar with 8 connecting streets.
It just brings people together. It's kind of a neat thing.